You stop being a platoon commander. See, that's the problem with Pete Hegseth. He's a platoon leader. When I ran my platoon, no one cares, Pete. No one cares because that's a platoon level stuff. You're talking to four-star generals who are running the big show, who've done things you can't even dream about, who've led commands, thousands, hundreds of thousands of men and women who are responsible for billions of dollars worth of stuff going on. These are the leaders that make this stuff work, and you're sitting there making fun of them. Yeah, I agree. We shouldn't have fat bodies, especially at the troop level. I mean, everybody saw those people marching and remember Trump's birthday parade, and some of them marching probably shouldn't have been marching. Should have been doing some PT before. I'm a big fan of PT. Unit PT is great. Everybody who's been in a unit understands the value of it and understands the importance of being physically fit. Nobody's trying to denigrate that. But to have the Secretary of War, which is another thing. I mean, let me just remind people who think that's a cool name. The reason why we got rid of the Secretary of War and called it Secretary of Defense is because of World War II. You guys got to be consistent here, historically consistent and qualitatively consistent. We finished World War II and we held a bunch of Germans accountable and Japanese. We hung them by the neck until dead, by the way, for carrying out wars of aggression, illegal wars of aggression. In fact, the Nuremberg trials found that wars of aggression were the greatest war crime ever because from them came all other war crimes. So we created something called the United Nations. The United States created that. We led the charge. We helped draft the charter. And the charter says there's only a couple of conditions under which war is authorized. Article 51, if you've been attacked, self-defense. Self-defense is what you're allowed to do. And then a Chapter 7 resolution by the Security Council finds that military action can be authorized to reverse somebody else attacking, somebody else creating problems that has to be dealt with. So the decision was that we were no longer the Department of War because war wasn't good. War wasn't desirable. We didn't want war. We became the Department of Defense. And Hegseth, sat there and talked about several things. He talked about the Gulf War and how we won the Gulf War because of the ethos that he spoke of, the 1990s E6 ethos and the 03 ethos. Hey, guys, you're looking at it right here. That was my era. I was in 03 in 1990. Exactly the kind of guy he's talking about. And I knew the E6s that he's talking about. And I had gone through the training that he was talking about. We were the best prepared fighting force the world had ever seen in 1990. And that's why the Gulf War was a walk in the park. But we were the Department of Defense at the time. I just want to remind you, we won that war as the Department of Defense. And he spoke about the Vietnam War. And one of the reasons why the Gulf War succeeds is senior leadership and experience. So they were the Department of Defense then as well. Changing the name from defense to war doesn't do anything except make you look stupid and make America look stupid and make America look foolish. And summoning 800 of our most senior generals, admirals, commanders, top enlisted to assemble in Quantico while our nation's at risk. Keep in mind, he pulled people off of literally frontline positions where they are monitoring dangerous situations that could spin out of control. Yes, there are deputies, but many of them were there too. To do what? To play alpha dog, to literally lift his leg and pee on them, because that's what this was about. This was about Pete Hegseth peeing on people. He's not even a good goon, because a goon.
Work is a pain.